Good morning, we're off to Bentong today. Bentong is famous for ginger nowadays, but of course it was another mining town. In fact, the name Bentong is thought to derive from the word for ban, which is apparently tin ore in some language or other, I'm not quite sure what, and tong is derived from a word for valuable, so valuable ore. Don't quote me on this, but I'm quoting vague references in Wikipedia. For some reason, Bentong has been declared the first fresh air lung washing destination in Malaysia. The reason why I chose this music for the journey to Bentong is because I thought it sounded like a lot of tins being banged, and Bentong is a tin town. Another story of how Bentong got its name is that it's derived from the word barpong, meaning floating, which refers to the bodies of a troop of Gurkhas sent to attack Dato Bahman, who opposed British rule in the 1880s. Things obviously did not go well for them, for they ended up dead floating in the river, hence Barpong. In 1889, the British resident of Pahang, Sir J.P. Roger, led an expedition to explore the interior of Pahang, and it took him a full month to get here from Pekan, the capital of Pahang. Essentially, they were looking to see if it was worth mining on an industrial scale. And then they brought in Mr. Lock Yu, who began the industrial exploitation of the place. Up till the 1940s, it was all mining. Then by the 50s, rubber took over, and then it became the centre of the communist insurgency. But by 1955, it had been cleared of all communist insurgents and declared a white area.
Now 66.
Oh, 66. 66. Same.
Oh, same.
Same.
Oh, very good.
You too. Would you
My
like
name,
a drink?
Tamalik.
Would you like a drink? Someone buy you a drink?
I bought already.
You've already.
I bought already.
Okay. Your name is?
My name is Tamalik.
Annalyn.
My handphone.
Oh, okay.
Like that. My handphone. There are 3
真係
好過好過咁食。
我可以叫你的向導，要嗎？
係啊，
去那个雷震國吃法，我們就站。現在 我们马来西亚
Slow down.
Oh, Mama Day, Mama Day, Mama Day.
鬼佬
Yeah.
矮
I had no idea what she was talking about.
That's right.
She just made me very nervous
呢度卡
and kept asking these strange questions. And no doubt she was telling us something very important and interesting, but it came across as suspiciously crazy.
Yeah. All right.
啊
Ooh, I'm going to get away from the noise of the water there because I'm doing a bit of a vlog. Now, I'm not a people person. It's a sad fact, I know, but when let's say eccentric characters jump out of the blue and come at you, I really don't know how to respond, especially if they're talking a language which, on the one hand, I actually know quite a bit of, but on the other hand, they don't necessarily speak it in a way that I learnt it. So, we get accosted by a Chinese woman who's obviously trying to sell us something or other, and I'm thinking, okay, well, she's trying to sell us something. Maybe she's trying to get us to this cafe over there. And so I go along, and we go along, because sometimes it turns out to be quite interesting, and people, you'll learn something different. But I had no idea what she was going on about, and my little bit of Cantonese that I trotted out just seemed to encourage her considerably. And, well, let's put it this way, she was talking about a Judin, whereas I know it as a Zaodin, which does indicate that she wasn't speaking Cantonese at all. She was speaking something like Hakka, I do believe, or Hokkien, but possibly up in this neck of the wood, Hakka mixed with, well, all sorts of other Heng Ha Wa, as they say, back in Hong Kong. So I had no idea what she was talking about, and I thought maybe she's wants somebody to come and clean our car, steal our car, take us to a hotel, sell me her daughter, who turns out to have been married to a Guilo. So we learned all sorts of things, but I found it terribly, terribly uncomfortable. Rain, 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 rain. We have a reputation of wit and erudition and intelligent comments about things that we know a lot about, and all we can think of saying right this moment is, what is it?
We know a lot about wet, so it's perfectly erudite comments that you're making now.
What do we know about wet?
Wet is wet.
Wet is wet, yes, but what's significance about it? What's the scientific definition of wetness?
The scientific definition of wetness. Wow, that's a very interesting thing, Lawrence. And I'm sure I really shouldn't try and concentrate on that while I'm driving.
In 3 kilometres, take the exit on the left. You see, wetness.
it's a scientific concept, isn't it?
Because it depends whether it's a cold wetness or a hot wetness.
Cold wetness or a hot wetness? What's the difference apart from the temperature?
A hot wetness is a warm hug. Cold wetness is a.
But is mercury
punishment.
wet? Are all liquids wet? You're the scientist. You should know this. Don't give me these sort of emotional things. That's just wet.
I think the adjective wet. Is it an adjective?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so the adjective wet is only applied to water.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm trying to think of another.
What about
liquid.
petrol?
You know,
Can you get wet with petrol? No?
You can get soaked in petrol.
You can get soaked in petrol, but not wet in petrol. Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't know about that. What about liquid nitrogen?
Well, that freezes you before you get wet.
Yeah, but what happens if you are already a lump of frozen something? Can you get wet then?
If you're cold enough to freeze anything that touches you, then no, you're not going to get wet.
So.
I'm sorry, am I turning off in a moment?
Yes, you
Yes,
are.
I am.
You're going off left.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We didn't solve that problem, but I'm sure you can.
I don't think it's a problem.
600 meters.
It is a
Take the
problem.
exit on the left.
It is a major problem. So I want you in the comments now to tell us what the scientific definition of wetness is.